Hi and welcome to the MediaStar tutorial. I'm going to be telling you about MediaStar and how it's useful for you hands-free owners. MediaStar enables us to control multiple characters as well as giving you stereo music, and you can also control DMX lighting and special effects triggers, placing them in the timeline. It's an amazing system and it's going to really expand your show. So now that you own MediaStar, you're going to also need to have some of these little USB sound cards. There are many brands to choose from, and you're going to want to have a different brand for each character so that the computer can recognize the different brands. They plug right into your USB slot, and there's a headphone jack and a microphone jack and volume controls. They're really slick. That's used for your data to come out into the different characters. So for this example, we're using two. Let me explain how we have our connections right now. On this side we have two USB ports, and the first USB port is going to our MediaStar receiver. That is so our fob can communicate to our base unit and control our netbook. The second one is where our first USB sound card is going to be plugged in, but it won't fit right here, so I'm using a USB extension cable, and that's going to our sound card, which is plugged in. And then out of the headphone jack, a mono cable takes it over to our play-in on the side of our animation control system. This one is bound to our chimpanzee. The other USB sound card will be plugged into the other available third USB port on the side of this netbook computer. And it is plugged in to the play-in of the animation control system for our Toucan. It's bound to the Toucan, and both of them are on AutoAlive. Now these USB sound cards that we have plugged in are external, and they are used to carry the data to our animation control systems. The audio portion of our program is going through the internal sound card of the laptop, and it's coming out of a stereo headphone jack with a stereo cable going into our Hisonic PA system. Now to make magic tracks for our MediaStar, it's a very different procedure than it is when we make magic tracks in our normal system. So let me show you how you do that. Now you'll notice that there are three different tracks here. This first one is a stereo track. The next one is a mono track, and the next one is a mono track. The first two is our audio portion, and that is the Toucan on one side and the chimpanzee on the other side. We've recorded those and combined them into one audio track. You could also have music and sound effects on that. With MediaStar, you get to keep your audio as stereo. Now using your transmitter radio, you have already programmed our two characters into Audacity. One is the chimpanzee and one is the Toucan, each of them with their own unique timing and unique programming. If you need more information on how to program, please see our tutorials for the Magic 2 system. Once you have recorded all of the tracks, you have your audio and you have your data for each character inside of Audacity, you're going to trim them and export them. The audio you'll export as an audio MP3 or a WAV file. The data you will export as a mono MP3 or a WAV file. And you'll do separate exports for each of these tracks. One thing that's very important, when you're exporting your files from Audacity, make sure you call them the name of the track and what it is. Audio, Toucan data, chimp data, and also know exactly where you're putting them. I like to save my stuff in a folder on the desktop so I know where to get it from.